As a child, I grew up in a broken home with a mother who was addicted to drugs and a father who was in prison. I was passed back and forth from aunt to uncle to grandma to lady in the church to a stranger. My whole childhood went on that way until I was reunited with my mother, who still was addicted to drugs. The men that she got drugs from helped support her financially to pay our bills, and she allowed them to use me as a form of payment. I ran the streets. I eventually began drinking and smoking. I received placement in a group home with other troubled children. Then it became about fighting, crossing the boundaries, getting whatever I could over on anyone, manipulating in any way that I could. As I grew older, I was allowed to see my mother, and she was still active in her drug addiction. We would go to parties, and she would send me home with older men. I continued that until I was about 13 and ended back in the group home, where there was an older man there who I made multiple attempts to manipulate, multiple attempts to interact with in a sexual way. And he took us girls to church several times, showing us the real love that we were looking for. I knew that every time I was there, I was safe. I had love. There were people who genuinely wanted to know who I was. I began to heal. I began to find my strength to figure out, who am I? What do I like? 3 days before I was to be shipped off to Job Corps, a teacher at the Joplin High School had taken an interest in me. I found her through a group called Tattoo, Teens Against Tobacco Use. She made some phone calls without me knowing to see if I could stay with her family for the holidays. I knew what was going to happen. I'd had several families take me in. I had gone from foster home to foster home. I was told my worth, that I was too difficult. My problems were too big to manage, that I was broken beyond repair. When I found this family, they showed me that I wasn't alone. The dad that God had found for me in this family showed me the gentle love of a father. They showed me what a real family should look like and how it felt to be included, how it felt to be a part of something bigger than myself. It was something that I had longed for, to be irreplaceable, to be loved, to be the twinkle in someone's eye, the princess that was captivating, that was worthy of spending time on. What I believed to be true about myself, that I wasn't worthy, that I wasn't lovable, kept the feeling that God had given inside of me caged. Through this whole battle, my mom and my dad coached me through it. They taught me how to be a woman, how to be a daughter, how to be a student, how to be a kid. I went to 3 different churches over the span of 10 years and never found my solid footing until where I'm at now. I've been free from addiction and alcoholism for a year. I found my worth in being a mother, in being a servant, but God showed me it was much deeper than that, and pulling my strength through 3 kids, 3 and under, that I don't have to worry about, man, am I going to make it through today? Struggling through a childhood that no child should have to go through has helped me to see those things in other children, to look for children who need someone like who I needed, to reach the people who don't hear and don't listen for Him, because I have a physical presence and a voice that I can use to give them the words He's trying to get to them. I'm not hurt and I'm not broken anymore. I have a power to use my hurts and brokenness. He showed me when I had children the power of unconditional love. I began to meet with people in their homes and join in on Bible studies. where people have church outside of their building, and I could admit mistakes as I made them. God specifically designed my husband for me to be patient through all of my addiction, alcoholism, abuse, infidelity. I have a roof over my head, that's my own. A vehicle, that's my own. Children that are my own. And I don't have to worry about any of those things and my husband being taken from me, because I know that he keeps my family safe and that he protects us. And I know that even if something were to happen to any of those things, he will make it better than it was before. I'm Rosie Cloven, and this is me.